Hi, I'm Jan Ozer. I'm sitting today with Vidya from Amagi, who is the Chief Customer Success Officer. Thanks for joining me, Vidya.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you take a minute and tell us who Amagi is and who you serve?
Yeah, Amagi is a SaaS media platform, and we actually provide cloud-based software by which we can take the content from the content providers to the audience using platforms, the cloud platforms.
Okay, and how are they monetizing that video at this point?
So customers can monetize, content partners can monetize these videos in multiple ways, and we actually deliver their content to FAST platforms, which is free ad-supported streaming TV, as well as to broadcast platforms. In free ad-supported streaming TV, it is monetized by programmatic ads, and in broadcast platforms, it's monetized by traditional advertising.
So FAST is a term that seemed to pop up out of nowhere the last 2 or 3 years. What are the market forces that kind of push that forward?
I think all along people wanted an easy option by which they can watch content, and the moment FAST became available on CTV platforms, connected TV platforms, you buy a Samsung TV Plus, you buy a Vizio TV, you can directly start watching content. It makes it very compelling, and people don't have to subscribe or do a transaction or do any of those, and the fact that they can watch it instantly makes it very interesting, and that's the reason why this market force is coming.
Okay, how much of your business is now related to FAST technologies or FAST channels as opposed to where it was 2 or 3 years ago?
So we are at about 60% of the business comes for FAST, and the other business from the broadcast we still have about 40%. But broadcast, the line between broadcast and FAST and all these are slowly moving away. Mainstream broadcast content providers are now coming to FAST platforms, and people who created content for the YouTube and for the FAST platforms are also using other ways by which they can reach customers like SVOD and AVOD and other platforms. So the line between all these platforms is slowly shrinking.
So how have your products changed to allow your customers to succeed in these FAST channels? What have you done to help them succeed?
Yeah. So Amagi has done a lot of innovations in the FAST market. We always wanted our customers to win, and hence we should win. For example, we introduced a new product called Elastic Playout, by which when a content is streamed through a linear channel, the customer never sees a slate. However, the content gets pulled in and pulled out based on how much of ads the customers watched. Eventually, the customers watched adequate amount of content as well as ads, so the content partner is able to monetize his content. At the same time, the viewer is happy, and everyone are happy, and in turn Amagi also makes money. This is a brand new product which we introduced in this year.
Okay, so AI has been a buzzword that a lot of people we're pretty much immune to it any longer because every product we talk about or hear about has AI. How are you using AI in your products to help your customers be more successful?
Your question is very, very relevant. Today in this world, everyone feels that without AI, there is no way a company can move forward quickly, and Amagi has actually adapted to this needs of UI. In fact, the content management system which we built for our content providers is actually a semantic CMS which can actually allow them to query things like on a LLM based query. So it could be like give me all the content which is vegan and create a collection and schedule it from next week for about 1 week. So we can write queries like this through our system, and the system would automatically create it. This is possible only through GenAI technologies, and we are very proud to announce those products in this year. In addition to this, through our analytics platform, customer can ask questions like, take all the most watched content of last year and schedule it during Christmas in this year, or schedule it during a different season in this year. So you can give queries like this, and we adapted GenAI across all products of Amagi such that the customer gets a unified experience.
When you say Gen AI, you're talking about generative AI?
Yes.
Why don't you go through the difference between machine learning and Gen AI for people who don't know the difference, and why that's important to what it allows your products to do?
Right. Even today, it's true that not all problems can be solved through Gen AI, or maybe they can be solved over a period of time, but at least currently not. I'll give you an example. For example, Amagi has a product by which you can automatically detect ad breaks. It can automatically detect ad breaks. This solution does not use Gen AI, generative AI. It is based on identifying the scene changes in the video and identifying the audio pauses wherein you can take a break. So this doesn't need Gen AI, so we don't use it. However, when you provide an interface by which you want to take a complex command from a content provider, then that can be through the Gen AI. So we need to purpose and use the technology for its right place, and that's what we are doing.
What does a chief customer success officer do?
I want to make sure that Amagi's customers are happy, and they should love our products, they should love our service, due to which they come back to us for newer and newer products, and that's what the title is supposed to do.
How does that relate to sales and marketing? I mean, where do you fit in the general schema of things like that?
Yeah, so I work closely with sales and marketing. The moment a customer is licensed Amagi solution or has opted for Amagi service, then the customer success team comes into play. So the customer success team is responsible for onboarding the customer, providing the customizations they need, taking the customer live, being with the customer for understanding new products that they would need, or what are the challenges they face, and then suggesting them the solution, and working closely with the sales and continuing the journey of the customer in Amagi.
How long is that process? It seems like it's pretty major surgery you're changing your entire system to a different one. How long does that take?
So it depends on the customer, and it depends on what problem we are trying to solve. We have had cases where we have a customer wherein we had gone live in about 2 weeks. We also had customers who are doing a long cloud migration, and these projects can go on for 1 year. So 1 year to 2 years. It depends on what we do with the customer and how complex is the migration or the operation we do with the customers.
So your background is engineering. It sounds like how does an engineer become a people person? I mean, that's not a transition I've seen a lot of engineers make.
Yeah, so I engineer builds solutions for the customers. So if you're near to the customer, you can understand what are their pain points, you can understand what they want to do, and take the feedback internally and build more interesting solutions. And that's what I do.
Do you have any good examples of features that were suggested by customers and how long it took for those to be implemented?
Absolutely. Amagi simply lives by this mindset. We work very closely with customers. We work with very progressive customers who will be our learning partners, who will actually help us to build our product over time. For example, recently we have a cloud-based live production solution, which I'm sure it's meant for a very low-end game, like something like a tier 3, tier 4 game, right? So they would start with that. They will use our product and they will tell us that if these features are there, then I can take it to the next level. And then we would build those features and then we would provide it to them, and slowly over time it comes into a state where it's ready for the mainstream market, and then it can be adapted for the mainstream market. So there are several examples of Amagi doing that. One example of Amagi is that the screen which you see at the back is our cloud port solution. If I show you the very first version of the cloud port solution, it looked like a blank screen. In fact, the color of the screen was white and black, and it was like that. And it was one of customers' feedback who told that, people actually use this product on a dark room, and therefore, on a dark room, it's better to have a dark theme. So from there it started. Amagi's live solution, Amagi's live PCR solutions, Amagi's SSAI, and even the Zero Slate were all based on what we understood, observed from the customers, and where we heard feedback from them. Amagi lives and we enhance our products only by listening to customers.
So you're based in India. Talk us through the journey of, did you start selling to customers in India and then went worldwide, or did you start in other markets? How did you go from you're over $1 billion valuation now, is that correct?
Yes.
So how did, walk us through the 2-minute version of how that happened.
So Amagi can be looked at from 2000, we started this company in about 2008. We can look at the journey of Amagi from 2008 to 15, and then from 15 till now. For brevity, I will ignore the one between 8 to 15 because we were running a geo-targeted advertising business in India. But in 2015, we pivoted our business to say that we will do a cloud-based media solution for worldwide customers. So we took this decision in 2015, and then we came to this very same NAB show in 2015. In fact, it's 9th year for Amagi, it's 10th year for Amagi. So we came to the show and we had a single desk NAB demo for our customer. That's where our journey began. So we started providing cloud-based playout solution, and we also provided solutions by which you can do masking of a certain content in certain regions. So that's where we started. Initially, we sold our solutions, that is cloud-based solutions, to customers in the India, customers in APAC region, customers in EMEA, until about 2017. And about 2017-18, we came to US, and luckily at that time, the fast market was just starting, and I think by luck, we were at this right place at the right time. So we got hold of those platforms and explained to them that we can deliver channels to them directly from the cloud. And then we worked with the content partners who were there primarily using only YouTube as a monetization solution. They wanted to come to the fast platforms, and we helped them reach the fast platforms like Roku, Zumo, Samsung, and so on, using Amagi's solution. And slowly the market grew. And I think by luck and by hard work, the team is at the place where we are.
Indian market is very complicated because of the multiple languages. If you can make it in India, can you make it anywhere, or does that not apply?
I agree with you. In fact, I always feel that that's one of the reasons why we are able to have the resilience to work with any customer from any region. We recently expanded to LATAM, and I could see complete correlation between India and LATAM. So this kind of a thing happened to Amagi only because of our first introduction with India, then with APAC, and then with EMEA, and then to US.
Is running a bigger company more fun, more pressure, more heartache, or all of the above?
It's always fun. I never do things which are not, which don't make me happy. So it's fun, but it's a different kind of fun than from running a startup company wherein you do everything that is needed for the customer, to running a larger company wherein there are nearly about Amagi has 900 employees now. So it's a very different ball game.
Okay, and this is your third startup? Your second startup?
This is our second startup.
How big did your first one get?
First one was the first company we started straight after college, spending about 2 years working for a company called Text Instruments, which is a VLSI chip making company. So that company, the first company which we did was a Bluetooth company. We built Bluetooth devices like Bluetooth headsets. So we we built it. We built the solutions, and we exited the company when we were about just 54 employees. So it's a very small venture. After that, we started Amagi in 2009, and it still keeps us busy.
Okay, well, you are busy, and I'll let you get back to it. But thanks for spending time with us today.
Thank you very much for this conversation.